On February 29, 2004, the democratically elected president of Haiti, Jean-Bertrand Aristide, was put on an American plane by U.S. forces and shipped off to the Central African Republic. He says he was kidnapped by U.S. Navy SEALs, but the U.S. State Department says he resigned of his own accord. Aristide was a Catholic priest and a proponent of liberation theology, which encourages political activism in the areas of economic justice, poverty, and human rights. His policies were geared towards fixing the economic and political inequality that defined Haiti. He got rid of the military, which some say only existed to attack and control its own people, and he boosted minimum wage. He also demanded that France pay billions of dollars in reparations. This dates back to Haiti's successful revolution against France. In order to recognize Haitian independence, France demanded 150 million francs to compensate for the revenue that they had lost from slavery. Under Aristide's leadership, literacy rates increased from 30 to 55%, and malnutrition dropped from 63 to 51%. This made him popular with the country's poor, but it upset local elites, Western powers, and foreign businesses that now had to increase pay to their sweatshop workers. The situation in Haiti was very concerning to Canada, who hosted the Ottawa Initiative on Haiti, which included representatives from the US, France, the EU, and the OAS, to discuss possible military intervention. No Haitians were invited. In the May 2000 legislative elections, Aristide's party won 72 out of the 83 seats, and the OAS observers hailed the election as a success. So the West chose to fixate on 8 contested seats. Canada, the US, and France drastically cut aid to Haiti. The aid that did continue flowed to democracy promotion groups controlled by the country's elites, and not to humanitarian causes. Then in early February 2004, a rebel paramilitary army crossed from the Dominican Republic to overthrow Aristide. Among the rebel leaders were Louis Jodel Champlain, a former Haitian army officer sentenced to life of hard labor for assassinating a political activist, Jean-Pierre Baptiste, sentenced to life for his role in a 1994 massacre, and Emmanuel Constant, who claimed that he was on the CIA payroll. These rebels reportedly received U.S. training and support on bases in the Dominican Republic and Ecuador. Violence erupted, including door-to-door searches to execute Aristide supporters. After Aristide was removed, an estimated 4,000 of his supporters were killed, some in broad daylight and some just disappeared. 35,000 women and girls were reportedly victims of sexual assault. Many of these accusations were against the Haitian National Police themselves. After Aristide, Haiti turned into a human rights disaster, but this didn't seem to upset the Western countries that supported his removal. Montreal clothing company Gildan was able to make good use of the cheap labor in their sweatshops. In 2011, their union filed charges against the company over low wages and deplorable working conditions. Union surveys conducted in 2013 revealed that none of Gildan activewear Haitian factories were paying their workers the minimum wage of $4.92 US per day. Hillary Clinton's brother, Tony Rodham, also had some business success in post-Aristide Haiti. He was on the board of VCS Mining, which got a very lucrative contract in Haiti. VCS Mining paid one of the lowest royalty rates in the world. The Haitian government charged a rate of 2.5%. In comparison, Peru charges 12%, and Ecuador charges between 5 and 8% for its royalty rate of gold mining. Haitian workers, meanwhile, are paid a measly $6.25 US a day for working in the muddy gold mining pits. Did removing Aristide from power fix politics in Haiti? A simple internet search will turn up a mountain of scandals and election irregularities surrounding recent president Michel Martelly, as well as current president Jovenel Moïse. But as long as Moïse maintains a favorable environment for foreign corporations, I wouldn't hold my breath waiting for another Western-backed coup.